Hello, hello. It is Heather, aka Planner Mumsy. Join me for an in-depth look at the new greens coming from Ferris Press on April 5th. Stay tuned. Hey y'all, so I did a quick sneak on my Instagram and I want to do kind of a look into it deeper. Let's take a really good look at the new colors coming on April 5th from Ferris Press. Sometimes it's just hard for my brain to come up with like creative shorts, and it's just easier to do kind of like quick sneak peeks and then do like a real full video here so that you can see them and do a little bit of a comparison on the new Scribe pen colors too, so that you can see that as well. Let's go ahead and get right to that. So coming in on April 5th is two new green colors, which is kind of exciting for me because I don't have like loads and loads of greens. I have like blue greens and teal greens, but goodness, I'm getting towards the end of my book here. This is my kind of like fountain pen ink swatch book, so that's kind of cool. It's looking like I'm about 50% done with it, so I don't know. It's just like something exciting about finishing a book that you had a purpose for. Am I the only one? Okay. The very first green is called Emerald Gardens, and you know, I thought it would be fun to just kind of read the stuff that Ferris Press sends us on this exact color. So I am going to bring it up on my computer and we are going to read what they have to say about the greens. Okay, so the first one, Emerald Gardens ink, it says, open the gilded cover of your favorite fairy book and dive deep into the fairy tale collection. Reimagining the tallest tales told through time, we inspire a new generation of writers and creatives with our most luxurious collection of fine fountain pen inks. Join our heroine Patch as she embarks on another captivating adventure, delving deep into the heart of a dense, verdant wood to unravel the mystery of her missing father. At the end of her journey lies a towering chateau, pulsating with the allure of a witch's enchantment. Let your imagination soar as you accompany Patch on this spellbinding journey through the unknown, letting the rich green tapestry of the forest inspire your next brilliant idea. Captured in a 20 milliliter glass globe with a widened neck to fit most fountain pens, this high-quality, richly saturated pen ink is our most cherished collection yet. Explore a world of premium, dazzling shimmers, enchanting tonal combinations, and captivating sheens to add to your treasure chest of stationery. So that's pretty cool, pretty wordy. I kind of enjoy getting that like little glimpse of what they say about their inks each month, and it's almost like reading a little bit of a fairy tale book, but you can see those shimmers and sheens that they're talking about, and obviously we're going to swatch them out and see what they look like in real time. And let's see if I can actually, sometimes these new ones, which I appreciate because they're not leaking everywhere when they're coming in, I struggle to get these new ones open. So let's, oh, there we go. Got it. Okay. Now, ooh-wee, that's pretty. Can kind of see a little bit there. All right. Now, I like to do like big, you know, blobs so that like after they dry, we can get a really good look at the shimmer and sheens that they end up having. But of course, you know, I also like to, you know, do some whoop-de-woos and some jaggedy-doos. Also, just, you know, some line variation, but I mean, that is, like, if I'm thinking emerald green, that is most definitely in my wheelhouse of what my brain considers to be an emerald green. And I'm just, like, I can kind of see the shimmer coming off, and I'm just kind of mixing it a little bit more. I try not to mix it so much that I get bubbles, because then you just end up making a mess. I'm just trying to mix it a smidge more and see if I can get a little bit more of that. I'll put it back up here. A little bit more of that sheening shimmer coming out there. And again, this one is Emerald Gardens, and that's the packaging. That's like super, super cute. I really appreciate the effort that goes into their packaging, because it is always like spot on to like the shimmers and the sheens that end up being in the ink. Okay, so that's the first one. We're just kind of waiting for that to dry a little bit, and then we're gonna get into the second one. I need my little happy rag here. This is the one that is used for all the inks, and it's just like a microfiber that came in a big package, and of course my happy rag smeared the P in Ferris Wheel Press, because that's how I roll. Imperfect. That's okay. I don't mind. I'm imperfect myself. Very much so, actually. So this one is called Dancing Thyme. And this one doesn't have, I don't believe, any shimmer. But we will look at the Thyme Green, Dancing Thyme. These are 38 millimeter bottles. And then this one says, embark on a melodious voyage through the lively French Quarter of New Orleans, joining the sophisticated Madame Mulberry as she relaxes in the embrace of smooth jazz. As the sun bids adieu, the nocturnal revelry unfolds. Balconies adorned with twinkling lights paint the night, while harmonious bars of music waltz through the air, casting a spell of enchantment over the spirited celebration. Let your words swing and sway to the jazzy beats of creativity as Dancing Thyme transforms your writing into a melodic masterpiece. Okay. Ooh, I can see the shimmer of that Emerald Gardens all over the place, and I feel like I must have green on my hands too. Okay. So this one is similar, but I would say it certainly has deeper tones there. And this one is, I'm just gonna set that there. Dancing Thyme. And I'm also holding it because you know how like sometimes when you have in your head, you're like, ooh, that would be so bad if I spilled it. And then you do that thing. Or it would be so bad if I dropped it and then you do that thing. I was like, yeah, I'm going to hold this because that just came into my head and I do not need this spilling all over the place. Oh my word, that would be a nightmarish mess. Okay, so this is definitely, I find a lot of times what they send us as ambassadors is, you know, we'll get one of their sheens, and then we'll also get kind of one of their more watery, you know, water-based type inks. That's more compatible with all fountain pens. So if you're not into the shimmer and the sheen, then Dancing Thyme may be a better one for you. But let's take a close-up look of the Emerald Gardens now that it's kind of dried a little bit. And we can see, definitely you can see the one that I you know, shook it again. Look how much you have going there for that shimmer and sheen. It's so scrumptious. And then like even though I smeared it, but oh well, you can kind of see it even in just the writing itself. So that's super fun, and it's always fun when that's the kind of ink that you're looking for with what you're writing. And then this one is definitely a more, you know, it does have some variation, obviously, depending on how thick you lay it down or how thin you lay it down, or, you know, the nib that you're using. But this one's definitely a more even toned emerald type color. It's a little bit lighter, obviously, than the one with all of the sheen and shimmer, but super, super pretty. I'm actually going to open my window because it has kind of cast it off a little bit dark, and I want you guys maybe to see a slightly more true to color. So obviously, there we go. That's probably better. Don't mind like the casting off of the sun here, but you can see it's going to probably be harder to see it if I went directly into the light, but you can kind of see the greens there a little bit better. I'm just kind of showing in the light. But yeah, it's definitely a this one I would say looks to me to have like a smidge more of those like tealish blue tones in there, where this one is just like a straight grass, you know, type of emerald green, which I appreciate. It's super, super pretty. Now, for me, I don't use a lot of their shimmer and sheen inks in some of my fountain pens. I use them a lot with like my dip pens. I will use them in like stubs or pens that I know that are like super, super wet, because I know that they won't gum up quite as much, but you do have to be careful with these because they can, you know, gum up your feed, and it is difficult to get all of that out. But those are the two new greens that have come out. The next thing I wanted to show you that came is the new Scribe Colors. So there's 3 new colors coming out, and the colors are called Madame Burgues, Burgues. I'm not sure how they say that. Lady Didot or Didot, not sure how you say that one. And then Forged Ferris. So basically they're this color, which is the Lady Didot. They're a green and essentially like a black or charcoal black. So this is the packaging that they come in, and it's, you know, like a metal tin. And then you pull the top off and you have this like little gold bottom. And when you look inside, this is how the pen is going to come. So it's like inside this cardboard, I guess. There you go. It's inside this cardboard sleeve, and you just kind of pull it out of the sleeve. Okay, so this is the new color, and this is the Lady Didot or Lady Didot, however they say it. And I wanted to compare this one to the cream color. I thought, is this the same one that I have? We don't always get to pick the color of the stuff that comes in, but this one came and I wanted to compare it to the cream so that you can see the difference. So this is the cream. So when I put them side by side, you see a lot of like gray and green tones in the new pen versus the old cream. And this one I purchased myself because I just absolutely love, love, love these pens. The tops are a little different hue as well. So you can see that the cream has a little bit deeper of that antiqued gold, whereas the new one is slightly like maybe a shade or two lighter than the old one. So it's definitely more subtle, and just in general, I mean, it's a really, really pretty neutral color. But this one does have some of those green undertones in it, but also is a little bit gray. I'm not sure if I would, it's so hard to say if I would consider it a true grayish, but it's pretty close. So it really is a nice color. I'm really glad that I got like a nice neutral. But I did have some questions on my Instagram on like how it writes. And so I just wanted to kind of show you how it writes. So this is a twist mechanism for the ballpoint. And so you twist it and then the bottom comes out like so. There we go. So twisting and it goes in, twisting and it comes out. And it's obviously, it's a ballpoint, so it's not like massively dark. But let's just go ahead and write Ferris wheel press. And I just want to show you this particular paper. This is not Tomoe River paper. I can't remember the name of this particular paper now. It's definitely not Tomoe River paper. So let's find a blank Tomoe River paper page. This is last year's planner, and we're gonna just write the same thing on Tomoe River paper. Ferris wheel press, and we're gonna smear it. So you can see on Tomoe River paper, it really doesn't smear at all. Like, I have had really, really good luck with this ink and these pens. On this particular paper, this one has a little bit more, it's more fountain pen ink friendly. So it does have a little bit more kind of waterproofing on it. So it does take it a minute or so, not a minute, but you know, a couple of seconds for it to completely dry before it really smears. And so, you know, I gave it a couple of seconds and it didn't really smear. But if you try to write with this paper like immediately and smear, it will smear. So it's kind of like a 2-3 second smear type paper for this particular one, whereas the Scribe in the Tomoe does not smear. So you can see that. All right, just showing you guys, because a lot of us are using Tomoe River paper right now for our planners. So this pen, and I mean, just like, it's just so smooth. I've hardly ever had like skipping or anything like that with these pens, and it works really, really good on Tomoe River paper. So that is the new Scribe pen, and again, just giving it a comparison there. And let's just do a quick, let me grab my other colors just so that you can see, because I am a bit obsessed, I guess, with this pen, and that is next to the blue. Now I will tell you, you can't get any of these other colors right now. So you can't get the cream, you can't get the pink, and you can't get the blue. unfortunately, it is what it is. But you can kind of see how this gold is different from those three. So it's definitely a new, a new lot, and you can kind of see that color variation a little bit. And you can kind of see, like, when you put it up next to these, it almost looks like a pale green. But yeah, so I think it's going to be a bit of a little chameleon. Those are that is the new Scribe pen. It is going to come in this color. It's going to come in kind of a minty green and then almost like a charcoal color. They all have the goldish type brass hardware, and obviously, they're all a twist mechanism. Copper lacquered body. Custom German archival ink refill in black tie. Oh, they did say it. It is a 1.0 medium point. And comfortable rounded square body. The Scribe is engraved on the clip. And it's a steel plated clip, and it's engraved rotating brass crown. So that is what they have to say about the new Scribe pens. It is a 1.0 millimeter medium point ballpoint, just to clarify what I was saying. But yeah, that is it. These will be launched on April 5th, and don't forget to use, if they don't have any kind of sale or anything like that going on, don't forget to use my code MUMSY, all capitals, MUMSY, for 10%. Thank you guys so much